So what happens to the check mark if I had it with myself? Well, Olaf had one with his wife, and now I'm his wife.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's just when you get that fourth check mark, you clear all of them and you get the advance.
Okay.
There's
So
no
if I,
weird paradox universe.
oh, okay, so if I had 2 checks, I just have 2 checks.
Yes.
Okay. Even
Okay.
so, do I get Un's
So I don't
checks?
need to.
Yes, you get Un's checks.
So
Even
I
though
don't need
she.
to check them by per person. Sorry to talk
No.
over you. I just
Oh
want to
no, no, no,
finish the
not at
thought.
all.
Nope.
Okay, so they're
I
not per
mean,
person. They're just for total.
in the future, they're still attached to whatever new characters you have.
Right.
But if you had 2 checks, you still have 2 checks.
Okay.
Okay.
The only thing is you can't check the same person twice, but all of you have new relationships.
Okay.
With the exception of Baldur, who still has Olaf.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. All right, I'm done.
Now, I know it's the beginning of the session and you just chose relationships, but I have to ask because that's part of my moves as a GM. Would any of you like to change any relationships that you have? You can either change the name on the relationship or change the relationship status. I'm going to say no because you just made them up, but I just want to make sure.
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
I just wanted to screw with you, Arthur. I'm actually going to change all of them right now. So.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, too bad because you can only change one.
All right.
Okay. So I like how we've got all this stuff here. I think we're gonna begin with everything I said at the beginning of the session as like black and white text on the screen, black background, white text comes up, it scrolls slowly, the text kind of appears out of nowhere and fades, and then starts moving up a page. But yeah, it fills the audience in on what's happened in the 5 years that have passed. And then we hear the sound of like the waves and maybe the creaking of a boat. And we come in to Frecky, our lost Frecky, exile Frecky, is speaking with Baldur Odinson. And he holds out a golden arm ring to Baldur Odinson and says, Baldur Odinson, 5 years ago, you and your men were responsible for carrying me from these shores, and I learned much when I left here. And with the money that you gave me to help start the business, I have become a very wealthy man. I don't think I can ever repay you fully, but allow me to offer you this fine golden arm ring to give to your Huskarl, so that all may know that he is your Huskarl. And you can see it's got, like, on one side of the golden armband, it's got, like, your face on it. And on the other side, it's got, like, Odin symbology, like, a spear with ravens around it.
That
Wow.
is most gracious, Frecky. You have come to be a fine man. I am very pleased that my trust was well placed. Please come in, sit. You must be tired after your journey. We will have a meal, a feast, in celebration of your return.
So he says, let me see here. Oh no, I could not go into the temple with you. I apologize. As you know, I am a worshipper of Loki, and since you reconsecrated the temple, I have not spent much time in there.
Ah, I see. Well, that is all right. I understand, but you are still free to come to my house and
Oh, of course. I would love to go to your house.
just we'll have a nice meal and some. We've got plenty of mead. Gather up some people and have a nice evening of it.
He kind of like nudges you in the stomach and says, I know that you've got a fine bottle of 903 mead down there. I know because I sold it to you.
Yes, I've been saving it for a worthy occasion, and I believe this is the time. This
Let
is
us
a most.
put it on tap like a woman. Ah. And he says this, very disturbing laugh when he says that.
Wow.
Well, we can sit down and have a talk. I would be very happy to hear of all your travels overseas and how you have been doing.
He says, yes, let us go to your house and speak on things like men do.
Yes.
Ah.
While the women serve us some food and wine, as they should.
So as you begin walking there, he says, yes, the women, although none of them can stand up to my wife. Yes, Gurney has grown into a fine woman since I last saw her when I left those shores 5 years ago.
Yes, she has. You're going to have to keep an eye on her. Others
Says, oh no, I know that she can handle herself.
Oh,
Some man came after her 3 nights ago, hence, and since then his cock has shriveled so much that they say it cannot be seen by mortal men. She has placed a hex on him, and he will now never have the sex again. Ah!
Jesus.
Freck is a very disturbing man. That's interesting to know. Well, that is well, he was trying to go after another man's wife. He deserves no less.
I'm glad you think so.
Now, let us have a seat, and we'll have someone call for Girny as well, of course. She must have a meal with us.
Oh no, my wife is busy doing things. I think even now she is speaking with Grim Ulfson.
Ah, I see. Excellent.
If you're okay with this scene, I'd like to hop over there.
Okay.
Alright, so we hop over, and Gurney is about, 6 inches taller, but much curvier now in those 5 intervening years. And wearing a tight black dress, almost European looking rather than Norwegian or Icelandic, very French. And she's got, like one hand like this, and she's chewing on a nail, and she says, Grim Ulfson, why have you been avoiding me?
I've been busy.
You have been busy. It is the summer. You have been busy during the spring when you were tending to your flock. I could accept that. But now it is the summer. You have little to do but wait for the harvest, do you not?
A man must
chop down trees.
A man must prepare for winter.
Winter is coming.
I didn't want to say it. That's what I was thinking.
Winter is coming, but it shall be a long time in arriving. It has not been but 2 years since we had our last hard winter, but with your arrival and with Brecky, my husband, we have had good and easy times.
It has not been a hard winter because I continue to work in the summer.
She laughs and says, we need to discuss some things, Grim Ulfson. It's about Mjol. She has the gift. You must give her unto me as my apprentice, as I was apprenticed under Un the Crone.
Is that right? Tell me more, he says.
She doesn't slap you on the face, but she puts her hand on your face and turns your jaw so you're looking right at her, and she says, there is nothing more to tell you. You are a man, and this is not a man's matter. You will give your daughter to me for the womanly arts. She has no place in your home now.
I feel like I should spend a bond at this point to look into her heart.
I see.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my chart of bond stuff.
Let's see.
Can't get away from this troublesome little girl, can you?
I know. It's disturbing. Just wants everything. Let's see.
It's
so
not as bad as someone asking him to make sandwiches for everybody all the time.
Every session there's a sandwich.
So bear in mind that that Grim doesn't trust Gurney at all, but he's also wary of her status in the village, and he doesn't want to speak out of turn or offend her.
Very well.
So I actually would think that this is considering an uneasy situation. Would you agree?
Okay, so you're not spending a bond. You're gonna
Well,
roll your hand move.
I think I know what she wants me to do. I'm going to use a bond to ask, or is your character speaking the truth?
Is your character speaking the truth? Not totally.
Okay.
There's some truth to what she's saying.
Okay. But it's more that there's more to this than she
Yes.
wants an apprentice.
Absolutely.
Okay. Gurney, you have great respect in this village, and I would not presume to tell you what to do, but surely a 2-year-old is a little young to be in the apprenticeship of one such as yourself.
She says she has the gift. You cannot
She's-
deny that, Grim Olfson. I feel the magic within her very strongly. She's
She-
still holding your face like this, by the way.
Okay.
But you're looking directly at her.
I am looking at her. I would retort that I think. How old did I say she was? Did I say she was 2 years old?
Two. You just
Two?
said two.
She just learned how to talk. How do you know she has magic?
She says, "What does talking have to do with magic?"
I guess this is your realm, not
This
mine.
is a woman's realm. Do not interfere in womanly arts, man.
Am I feeling insulted here?
By a woman? Of course not.
How could she
I
possibly do
mean,
that?
you might feel insulted, but she definitely hasn't called on your honor yet.
Okay.
It
Yet.
sounds like perhaps she's, as a GM, I couldn't say what move she's making, but it almost sounds like maybe she's talking sense to you.
Like maybe she's talking sense. Okay.
From a certain point of view. Not that Obi-Wan you there, but the movie would have been way different if Obi-Wan was like, "I killed your father by chopping his legs off." At the very beginning of the movie. I feel like Luke and Obi-Wan's relationship would have been way different.
Yeah, probably.
Sad.
Okay. So Gurney wants the apprenticeship of my 2-year-old daughter. I don't want to give her the apprenticeship of my 2-year-old daughter. I don't trust her. She doesn't necessarily want to go away.
Well, make sure you're not confusing your characters, right? Why would Grim not trust her?
He literally has a relationship that says he doesn't trust
Yeah.
her.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
What was the
yeah.
basis for that, though?
Because of the last character. No,
Yeah, that's what I mean, right?
No, I would say that. I mean, if you kind of look at her role in the town, she has definitely displayed a certain level of cunning and malice. I think. I don't think the fact that she conspired with her mother or to kill Una Crone has escaped notice of the town. I don't see how that would. I think.
How would they know?
Well, so that's what I was going to ask. That's important to me, and how I'm going to play Bertie, because I had sort of assumed that Olaf would have confided in her some information, but probably not everything, because, I don't know why he would gossip like that. He's not a gossiping type.
And
Sure.
who would know that Gurney conspired with Thora?
Right. Yeah,
All of
that's
that happened off screen or in
that's-
whispers.
that's exactly my question. How much do we, as new characters that aren't Baldur, know?
Yeah, but she has definitely spoken
Oh,
out
I'm sure
at
that she
public
seems
gatherings.
spooky as shit, man.
She's been spooky as shit, but she's also been
And suspicious. Yeah.
in public. She's been very underhanded and combative. Like she has.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It's because she's a woman. Bam! Bam! Oh,
So the other part,
Well, maybe that's the reason then. Like
the other part that I was going to say was, isn't that exactly what Una Crone was?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Okay.
if Una Crone was still around, I'm pretty sure Grim Ulfson wouldn't trust her either.
The apprentice has become the master.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I
I
like
mean,
it. No, I'm good. I like it.
Grim is a very old fashioned, believes in kind of the providing for those around him with hard work and doing one's duty and doing it honorably.
So just to snap back to it,
yeah.
we know now why you don't trust her. But what are you going to do about this situation?
Is there a way that I can like refuse her without issuing grave insult?
I mean, you could just say no.
I mean, that's
Issuing
what I mean.
grave insult would be like, "No, you hard witch, get out of my house. You aren't welcome in my farmstead."
I was like, Gurney, I have already lost 2 children to harsh winters. I do not want to lose a third so young. I am afraid that I will have to turn down your offer, and if my daughter wishes to pursue it at some point in the future, I will not stand in her way. But as she is just learning how to speak right now, I have a feeling that will take some time. Excuse me, I need to get back to, feeding the village.
So she lets go of your face. Her face is completely calm,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then the camera goes like behind her, and we can see her left hand is like death grip on her bag of herbs.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like super sweet and calm. Behind the back, crush and kill.
Okay.
All right. I think her parting words as she leaves you are, "You are a fool, Grim Ulfson. Perhaps your wife, Hildred Steindaughter, could talk some sense into you about this matter. But I fear that she has been spending too much time with Bertie Halledaughter." And then the camera shifts over to Bertie Halledaughter speaking with Hildred Steindaughter. And Hildred's like, "Bertie, I fear that witch, that horrid woman, Gurney the child, as you have called her in the past, she is still a child to me, will soon come to my house and attempt to take my daughter from me. My husband may not realize it, but she has the gift. I don't know what to do, Bertie. I am not as strong as you are."
Well, there are lots of things that strength can help you with, but this is not one. I would trust in your husband's judgment. He is a slow man to anger. He will not ruffle the waters of the town. His daughter will be safe. How many kids do you have? 2? One daughter?
2 kids.
One daughter,
one
one son?
One daughter. One daughter, one son, yes.
He will not so easily part with his only daughter. I could have Olaf speak to him if you wanted, but they are not as close as others in town. I think it would probably be best if you spoke your mind to him in confidence.
She says, "I speak my mind to my husband all the time. He does not listen. He is always out there, chopping the wood, shearing the sheep, milking the cows.
Stacking.
All he does is
Bark up.
work. All he cares about is the retainment of material goods."
This is good. There is honor in providing for the town and family.
She scoffs and says, "Honor? What would you know of honor, Bertie Halledaughter? You are a woman just as I am. Because you pick up a spear and a shield does not make you a man."
And just because I look upon the sun, I am not the sun, but I still know what light is. I can see honor in a man. From a mile away, I can see it.
I think that she starts laughing, man. Like you've shared some sort of private joke.
Yeah.
"Yes, perhaps my husband does have some honor when he is not too busy hitting his tree with his stick."
Let him hold on to his honor. Sometimes it is all those poor men have at the end of the day.
"How is your husband doing, Olaf Olafsson, son of Olaf, the giant?"
The giant as well. He struggles with his infatuation with the moon, but I bring him back down to earth every night. He doesn't wander too far. You know how it is. He has been around town boasting again. I'm sure you've heard. He speaks so well of my eldest son, our middle son, uh,
Oh
Horky.
yes, I have heard about them.
But I think he is coping well with his eldest's infatuation with the iron and the smelting. It
So
is.
Hildred kind of goes like stone faced for a moment and says, "Are you not worried, Bertie Halliday? Already the men say that Olaf Olafsson Jr. is the new Meckley. But when he grows up, they will piss on him in the night and then beat him with sticks.
He will grow to be twice their size, with 2 times my heart and 3 times his father's keen edge.
And yet, without a lifetime of training, they will still beat him down.
Hmm. What makes you think he will go untrained?
Haven't
What?
you considered the more traditional role for your son?"
My son will do what he must, and if this is his path, he will find it.
She just looks. She's like, "You always say the most scandalous things, Bertie Halliday. It's probably your European blood."
If I grate a little, it is only because I care about his well-being.
I think at that moment, Sigurd Grimson comes in and is like, "Mama, Mama! They say that he has fallen down into the crevasse to the north." And she is like, "What are you talking about, Sigurd? No one understands what you're doing." And he says, "Olaf Olafsson Jr. He was out searching for ore among the northern rocks along the river. He was going to Unde Old's house. And they say that he fell into a crevasse and that no one can get him out. Please, someone must help him."
Immediately, Bertie is asking where to find him. Tell me where. You must lead me to this place. Were there any other children near it? You must
Sigurd
keep
is
them
like,
away.
"Yes, yes, come with me. I will lead you to him."
I will immediately follow her.
Okay. It's a him.
Him?
Sigurd. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That
All
makes
right.
sense.
So let me ask, who are we jumping to next, or are we staying on camera with Birdie as we travel to Timmy down the well?
I mean, is there anything more for Grim to really do at this point? Like, he kind of resigned himself to keep working in the fields.
Could make a work in the fields thing. You
Well,
can
so I am
exchange your
gonna
stuff.
I'm gonna spend 2 labor to chop wood and milk one of my cattle for food. So
Excellent.
1 wood and one food.
Well, I'm
Excellent.
also sort of doing stuff that can be done off camera. I'm going to be
Okay.
eating and drinking with Frekke and waiting for giving him, every opportunity to ask me for advice. I wait for him to ask me for advice so that
Oh,
I
we
can.
can jump over there on camera.
That sounds like a whole conversation.
Oh yeah, that's
So I
gonna be
don't.
a
So
thing.
because I need that checkbox.
So, Arthur, I will say that the wood and the food that I have gotten from my labor, I'm immediately turning over to spend it on my farmstead to keep its residents warm and fed for a season. So no one under my roof will go hungry or go cold in the night.
Okay.
Excellent.
So I'm sorry. Which option did you take?
To keep its residents warm and fed for a season under the farmstead.
Okay. You used your food and wood.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Here. Oops.
Town is doing well.
So I think I missed. You do need to make a check mark because you did use a move on Gurney the Witch.
I did? Yes,
You did.
I did. I have
You
made a
looked
check
into
mark.
their heart. Excellent. Hopefully I won't need to remind everyone of that, but I'm gonna
No,
I'm gonna do
keeping
my
track.
best to remind everyone anyway. Because
So you get a check mark when you complete a
use a
relation.
move that targets somebody.
Oh, use a move. Okay, my bad.
So, for instance, if you had used any of your moves while speaking with,
Yeah, I was gonna say I
But
probably
don't
should have
worry,
looked
she's
for a
coming
move.
along with you to help save Olaf. Olaf's in
Alright.
Germany. So we cut to Freki, right? Freki is speaking. Actually, he's singing in Baldur's house. He's got one leg up on your table with a muddy boot, and he is like, "Allow me to tell the story that I heard while I was in Norway."
Oh.
Ah!
Oh,
It is
go
about
ahead.
a man. He traveled from Rorik dead down the River White. His name was Ragnar, and his hair was as blood. He did wander around with the sword, all talking about how good he was with it, speaking about the battles that he had participated in and the money that he was paid for doing those battles. But then he went quiet when he met Matilda, a shield maiden who was as of ice, and she said that he talked too much, and that he was a liar, and that he drank all the time, and that he should probably be dead. And then she killed him, and his ugly red head rolled around on the floor. And he was like saying it like it's the most awesome thing ever. And
And I'm like, ah, yes, that's a very good story, Freki.
so I don't know that you specifically have a thrall, but there's probably a thrall in the village who's starving right now, and the thrall
Yeah.
is like, "I've heard it's better."
Hey, I said, hey, we have guests here. You know, sort of admonishing him without being very, very mean to him. You know.
So
Come,
Frankie
bring
jumps
him.
down, and then he adjusts his crotch, as men do when there's only dudes around. You know what I'm talking about, dudes. You do it. The
Yeah.
ladies have no idea because they never see us do this. But yeah, he totally is just like, yeah, but feels much better. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this 903 meat is quite good, my friend.
Oh, it is. You must certainly try and bring some more. Next time, I will most certainly buy it from you.
Oh, go see. I have to tell you, I am
Yes.
bringing in a huge shipment of lumber from the mainland. Do you think I could sell it to Grim Ulfson?
I
I
think
mean, we're talking the good stuff. Birch, solid timbers. You might be able to build something with it. None of this scrawny, Icelandic little tree shit.
Yes, I know what you speak of. I am very certain that we could probably do something like that. And if
That's
he
good.
cannot purchase it all, I would also be interested in some. So I am
This
very
wood is
certain.
very expensive.
I know it.
I
for
was
prop-
hoping to get a few of the Icelandic goats from him. The goats here in Iceland are very healthy and very, very strong, and they have good wool. Very desirable on the mainlands. I wish to get an Icelandic goat and trade wood for it. I think that's something he would do. Do you have a goat?
Oh, of course. I have several goats. I have no idea if I have any goats.
Yeah, you don't have it in your possessions. You don't have it.
Nope. I am a godhead who does not have goats or such things. I just have other people take care of me.
You could
No,
probably get
I-
somebody, if you had the skills, you could get someone to sacrifice a goat to you. Be like,
Yeah.
look at this goat. He's like, that is not what I was looking for, friend. That is a dead goat.
Technically, a sacrifice doesn't have to be killed ahead of time. It could be just like donated to the temple, right?
Could be donated to the temple. The sacrifices weren't always, quite so bloody. Sometimes they were just literally like, giving to the church or giving to the town, sort of like taxes.
So he says, I have something that you might like, Baldur Odinson.
Oh?
I have a slave from France. Her name is Camellia.
Oh, tell me more. What is she good for?
She is a sommelier.
Oh?
Oh, yes. I don't know how it is she was sold into slavery, but she is very good at sorting out the French wines and finding the best. My voyage over here was very pleasant, although some of the bottles did not survive the shock of the travel.
I know that happens sometimes, but what can you do? So you
Couldn't wait
are,
until a 19th century bottle packing technology.
yes, we should probably try and invent that. It might take some time, though.
Almost a
But,
1,000 years.
Yes. Well, or less, depending on where you are in the world. But